What's up, everybody? It's Meech. You're tuned into On the Radar. It's been a while, I know. I told you guys I'm working on launching my company, my supplement company. More about that later. Still things in the works. Things are not moving as fast as I anticipated. So I really can't say too much right now, but in the next couple of weeks, I will be definitely making that announcement. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's safe and sound, doing well, physically and mentally. You see what the title of this video is, so I wanted to talk about this. A few days ago on August 28th, Chadwick Boseman passed away. He was the Black Panther. He had a lot of other notable movie roles. He was definitely on the rise, and his passing took all of us by shock because no one really knew what he was dealing with. I don't even think like the executives at Marvel knew, like nothing. It took everybody by shock. He died of colon cancer at the age of 43. And colon cancer is something that it really, really needs to be talked about. We don't talk about this. It affects men and women, but it especially affects a lot of men. And we don't like to talk about this because it involves that area that everybody, is scared to talk about. And it's something that we really, really need to, dive into right now. For anybody that doesn't know what is colon cancer is cancer of the large intestines. I want to put a little bit more information about, what this is and how it affects people. I have my own personal story on this whole thing and why people need to get checked, why we need to stop being so fearful and uncomfortable about talking about this stuff. Because as you see, I can't speak for Chadwick, his situation, but a lot of us don't want to talk about this stuff. A lot of us don't get checkups when we think something is wrong. And then by the time we find out, it's too late, and a lot of people are afraid because they don't want to, it's that area. They don't want to get it checked out. They're scared to go to the doctor. And it just come on, man, we got to stop because our lives, this is our lives at stake. This is our health, and I talk about health all the time on this channel. We try to eat right. We try to take the right supplements and all that. But one thing that we always, I don't want to say always, but a lot of us, we really don't take actually going to the doctor and making sure our internal health is on point. So, like I said, we're going to get into a lot, but what's the main cause of colon cancer? And I'm reading from some stuff that I found online. The exact cause of colon cancer is not known, but certain risk factors are strongly linked to the disease, including diet, tobacco smoking, and heavy alcohol use. Also, people with certain hereditary cancer syndromes or family history of colon cancer has a high risk of developing this disease. At times, the symptoms of colon cancer will not show up until the cancer is advanced. So this is why, just in general, we need to be getting ourselves checked out because, again, by the time it, sometimes it's too late. They say that if it's caught early, like a lot of things, if it's caught early, it can be cured and you'll be all right. But if it's too late, the chances of survival are not good. At times, symptoms of colon cancer may not show up until the cancer has advanced because symptoms can go unnoticed. They say the guidelines recommended for colon cancer screenings they begin at the age of 50, but I think you should do it a little bit before that, maybe around 35 to 40. Why? They say that because most prominently, most of the people catch it at that age and beyond, but they're seeing a lot more people younger. And Chadwick is a prime example of, he's clearly way under 50. And he was diagnosed with it 4 years ago. So, you don't want to really wait till you're 50. I would suggest getting checked out sooner than that. Why not? 3 foods that may cause increase to the risk of colon cancer is processed foods and red meats, sugary drinks. And these are the things we already know based off of just, those things are not good for us. Most of us eat red meat. I'm always off and on with meat in general. There's times where I don't eat meat. It's hard for all of us, but we have to do better for our health, for our health. You know what I'm saying? All the processed food, we got to really be really as much on a organic diet as we possibly can. It says, why is colon cancer so deadly? When doctors find this disease early, as I said, it is highly curable. It happens when the abdominal cells grow in the lining of the large intestines, also called the colon or the rectum. It can strike both, I think it's cutting off, is the second highest rate of cancer deaths in the USA. It said it can strike both men and women, as I was also saying before. Each year, nearly 137,000 people are diagnosed with colon cancer in the U.S. Each year, nearly 137,000 people are diagnosed with colon cancer, and over 50,000 people die from it annually. This disease, however, is largely preventable with regular screening and is treatable with early detection. So you have 137,000 people in the U.S. every year that is diagnosed with colon cancer, and 50,000 of those people die every year. That's crazy. Colon cancer can occur in young adults and teenagers, but the majority of colon cancer occurs in people older than 50. That's crazy. So here's my personal part that I wanted to get into. A lot of people need to be getting checked out. You know, like I said, do it before you're 50. I know a few people that has it. I know a few people that has died from it. So it's serious. You understand? I've seen people suffer from it. I've seen it's you know, and I still don't know a whole lot about it, but it's scary. So, us as men, we have to get, we're afraid to get checked up. We're afraid of going to a doctor and discussing anything in that whole region. You understand what I'm saying? So just recently, I had a colonoscopy performed for the first time, maybe 2-3 months ago now. And I was having some discomfort, you know what I'm saying? And, like all of us, we have some discomfort. We ignore it for a little bit. And, it keeps going. Then you say, all right, if it happens for another week, I'm going to go, whatever, go get it checked or whatever. So, I went to the doctor and get checked. Now, the thing is, I had similar discomfort a few years ago, and I went to the doctor, got checked, and I don't think I ever followed up with the extra stuff that, I was supposed to get other checkups, and I never followed up with it. So when I started having discomfort this time, I took it a little bit more serious because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to, I had this issue before and I don't know what the issue is. And I don't want to be one of those situations where, I have like colon cancer and then it's too late. So I go back to the doctor, I get checked. And when I'm in the doctor, I'm thinking it was like a year ago. And they're checking me out on the computer and they're like, yo, it was 3 years ago you was last here. And I'm like, that don't even sound right. I'm like, it's impossible that it was 3 years ago. And, they was like, no, they told me the date and the year. And it's like, wow, it was 3 years. So my point in that is time goes very, very fast. So many things can happen in even shorter time. Chadwick was diagnosed 4 years ago and he died at 43. I go get checked out. Now, here's the uncomfortable part. And this is what I'm speaking on this specifically because us men don't like to talk about this because it involves our ass. We're uncomfortable with that. So when you go get checked out, you obviously have to get, examined. You have to get probed. No one likes that. We don't even like the thought of that. But when it comes to our health, we got to get off of that because it's a matter of life and death. And we have to stop being immature to the point where we're putting our lives at risk because what we don't, a lot of us say, well, I don't want to know. But that's stupid because you're playing with your life. And if you, the part that you might miss is whether it's you got to get your colon checked or any other part of your body. If you're neglecting something and you do have a disease or, cancer or whatever it is, you have some ailment, you're putting yourself at risk. And what happens is if you do something where you don't get something detected or treated on time, and then it grows and then you end up being very sick from it for a long term, or you end up dying, what you're essentially doing is neglecting your family. You're abandoning your family. So you have to look at it like that. If you're not going to be mature enough and serious enough to take care of yourself for you, then you have to think about your family, because if you let things go unchecked and then you die, you're leaving your family stranded in a situation where if you got it detected early, you'll probably still be here. You'll be fine. You got to really think about it from that aspect. Now, again, it's life or death. Now, the other thing is if you get it detected too late and you have to go through chemo or whatever the situation is, whatever ailment you have, you're going to be going through a long period of suffering. Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you put your family through that? The financial strain, the emotional strain, the physical strain. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any damn sense. So back to what I was saying about me. So I go get checked. Now listen, when you have your colon checked, you go to the doctor initially. I'm going to be very blunt. They stick a finger in your ass. It is what it is. Now, again, us men, we don't like to talk about that. We don't hear it. We damn sure don't want to go through that. But you got to ask yourself, are you willing to not go get yourself checked out and risk dying and risk having an issue or go through the stress of not knowing what's wrong with you? We got to do better. We got to be a little bit more mature about this. This is our life that we're putting in at risk. So anyway, I go to the doctor. He checks me out. He says, I don't see anything, whatever. So I'm going to schedule you for a colonoscopy. So I'm like, damn, it's not what I wanted there. I wanted to just say, all right, we did this. You good? Go home, take an aspirin, but again, at this point, I wanted to do whatever needed to be done, because the same thing I'm telling you now is the same way I was thinking. Like, this is my health. I can't play around with this. And I know when my body's not right. And I'm not, at this point, I'm not willing to risk my life. I'm not willing to, like everything I said, put the strain on my family, end up dying. And so I need to know what's going on. So so let me take you through the process of getting colonoscopy. So they had to do a COVID test before, the day before. So you get that thing back. Obviously, I didn't have COVID. They scheduled me for the procedure. The day before, you have to drink all of this. You got to drink like a whole bottle of laxative, and you got to drink it in a certain amount of liquid and all that. So they gave you Gatorade. They tell you pour this whole thing in a bottle of Gatorade, which was absolutely disgusting. You got to drink a certain amount every 20 minutes or hour, whatever it was. And then after you drink all that, you're going to start using the bathroom a lot, because they need to flush everything out, because they're going to go up inside your intestines and look around. So, that part is what it is. Then you can't eat, for 24 hours. And then after 12 o'clock before the night before the procedure, you can't have any liquids. So I'm used to fasting. That wasn't nothing. So, you go through all that. Then the next day you go for the procedure. It was a long ass wait. I was there waiting all day and all this. At this point, I'm hungry, I'm tired, and whatever. When it came down to the procedure, right? They give you, and this is the important part, because I'm sitting there, I'm nervous. They told me they'll put me to sleep, all the stuff. Like, they explained everything, but I never did this before, so I'm very uncomfortable, right? Because I just don't know what to expect. So when it came down to the actual procedure, they lay you on your side, they give you a sedative. And now the funny thing is, they give me the sedative, They lay you on your side, and because they're gonna take this long ass. I kind of missed the point. The thing, they're gonna take this long ass tube, a camera. They're gonna stick it up your ass, and they're gonna weave it around your whole intestines, and they're gonna use the camera, and they're gonna look around, and they're gonna examine your intestines for anything abnormal, any polyps, anything. And if there's anything, they'll be able to cut it out, and then take it and do a biopsy and see if it's anything cancerous. So they'll remove anything that's not right, that's supposed to be any abnormal growth and stuff like that. So, the good thing is that they said right away, they was like, they'll put me to sleep, because I'm like, I'm not going to be awake for this. So they put you to sleep. But the thing was, and this is an important part for people to know. They gave me the sedative, and they lay you on your side to give you the sedative, and next thing I know, I woke up. I remember being on my side. I remember there was a split second where I said, I think I feel this stuff kicking in. And then I woke up. I don't remember going to sleep. I don't remember getting drowsy. I don't remember nothing. I just woke up. And I woke up and I'm like, damn, what happened? Did I wake up too early? Am I in the middle of it? I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, there's nobody around me, and everybody's kind of moving around. So I'm like, whoa, this is done. It's over. So the point is, I didn't feel anything. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know when I went to sleep. I just literally 1 second I'm laying there, next second I wake up. I think they said the procedure took about 45 minutes. I didn't have any pain or discomfort after. The doctor came over and he said, there was nothing, there was no issues, I'm okay. And that was pretty much it. They had me sit there for a while. They gave me some water, had me sit there for a while because, I'm groggy and all that. Then, after about 30, 40 minutes, they make sure you're good. And then, you're basically able to leave. You go get dressed, and, you just need somebody to, take you home because you can't drive because you're still drugged up. But the thing was, the whole actual procedure and the whole thing it was nothing. I felt nothing. It wasn't anything, So for anybody who hasn't gone through that and may be afraid, I wanted to speak on that because I feel like it's important. And after going through it, it really was nothing, and people need to know that because, it's you as men, we're going to be naturally fearful when it involves anything with our ass area. We don't like that. We just automatically no, I'm not, no. But again, this is our health. And as you can see, it's not just, old people that's dying from it. It's not just old people that's being affected by it. So especially with our diet in this country being so bad, we have to be on top of our health. We have to be on top of these checkups. We have to make sure that we're good. And, as they say, if you catch these things early, you'll be okay. The chances of it being curable is good, but most of us don't know. And the other thing is they say that, most of the time you won't even get any symptoms until it's too late. So that's why we can't wait until something is wrong. We can't wait until we don't feel right. We can't wait till we're having all types of discomfort. We have to be on top of these things beforehand to make sure there's nothing going on. So just think about that. If a lot of people, you may have known somebody that went through it. You may have know somebody that's going. Here's another thing that I realized. I know a few people. Everybody's older that's going through it, and most of the people that's going through it that I know, they don't even want to. They didn't want to tell nobody. I heard it through the grapevine, basically. Nobody basically came out and said, "Yo, this is what I'm dealing with." And to me, that's crazy because I'm the type of person I try to inform people. So, especially these type of things, if no one wants to talk about it. So when you see somebody sick or you don't even know that they're sick, same way like Chadwick, I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Chadwick. I don't know why I keep saying his name wrong. Chadwick. The same thing where nobody knew he was going through this. And then he just shocked everybody and died. People saw him getting slimmer, and people was even ridiculing him because they didn't know. And some people thought, he was preparing for a role. Nobody knew. Nobody knew this man was struggling this whole time. Nobody knew this man was dying and fighting for his life this whole time. And that's what most people do. Now, I can't speak on his situation and his reason for not saying anything. But I know for a fact, based off of people that I know, this is what most men do. They don't want to talk about it. There's this stigma. But if more people speak about it, then more people will be aware and realize how serious and how real this is. And more people will take their health and getting checked out more seriously. Because then any one of us can be that next person that gets sick and dies from this or anything else. We have to start being more serious about our health. And also we have to be more serious about our diets and what we're putting in our body and proper supplements and herbs and stuff that we can take to counteract those things that we're putting in our body. But we can't. Most people got so distraught when they saw this man die because they're like, damn, this is the Black Panther. This is our hero. This is somebody we look up to and we want to see more movies and all that. But those same people won't be so affected enough to say, I need to go get checked out. I need to make sure my friends and my family get checked out. Because we can be in that same position. A lot of people are still going to say, well, I'm not going nowhere to no doctor that involves anybody looking at my ass. And we got to do better. I want you guys to look up all the information you can about colon cancer, colonoscopy, and just really educate yourself on it. And, like I said, again, stay on top of your body maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, stay on top of your health. Stay on top of your checkups all across the board, because it could be anything. We're running around worried about COVID. We're worried about, everything else, but it's so many things that, is affecting us. So again, work on your diet, work on your health. Take this stuff serious. Anybody that's going through this, or you had anything that you can add, any personal experiences, please leave it in the comment section. Let's let's help each other. Let's inform each other, and let's change the way we operate as men. Let's do a little bit different. Let's take our health more serious. Let's encourage each other to get checked out and make sure that we're good. Seriously. Till next time, stay focused, stay fit. Please hit that like button, show your support. Definitely hit that notification so you'll be alerted the next time something else pops up on the radar. Salute. Stay safe.